Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One Doc.
It's your girl, BD.
It's Foreign's the foodie. I remembered this time. Yay,
well
me.
done. And we're back.
We are back.
We are covering a very interesting documentary today. A very strange documentary.
Yeah.
I think strange is the word.
I think that's the only word. There's nothing...
I think unhinged, perhaps.
And... yeah, strange and unhinged. I think those are the only words. It's disturbing as well.
Disturbing too.
Yeah.
These are great adjectives. Strange, unhinged, disturbing, and laughable.
Yeah. My English teacher would be very proud.
So
His
proud.
Robust adjectives.
So yeah, this documentary came out in 2016, and this New Zealand reporter, his name is David Farrier. He's behind this documentary. Bear in mind, there's like a million Davids in this, so I will be saying surnames. So he's known for covering like weird, unusual stories, and we get this like montage of all these weird stories that he covers in the beginning of the doc. So it's kind of leading you to think, okay, great, like this is right up his alley. This is kind of what he does. Okay. Yeah. So David's online one day and he discovers this company called Jane O'Brien Media, and they are recruiting people for Competitive Endurance Tickling, also known as CET. It's literally men tickling each other on camera. And it's like porn adjacent, like, 'cause you see the videos, right? And it's very like,
I feel like it's, anyways, I'll get into it. I mean, we'll get into it later, but
we sure will.
It's porn. I said that and I'm not just saying this because he's a tall white man with dark hair.
I know what you're saying because I said it too. Go say it.
I said Poundland Louis Theroux, but
fam, literally, I was like, this is Louis Theroux, but like it's him, like New Zealand version.
Yeah. I didn't know if I was being whatever, but I'm glad you agreed. Yeah.
No, I know. I said the same thing. Yeah. I said it later, but yeah, I'm glad we're here. We're here together.
Yeah.
We see each other. So David is intrigued. So he emails Jane O'Brien Media and he's just like, oh, hey, like this is the kind of story I would normally do. Like, let me interview you, blah, blah, blah. So instead of them saying yes or saying no, he gets this email that says,
to be brutally frank, association with a homosexual journalist is not something we will embrace. We desperately do not want a homosexual participant base applying for this project. My concern is that your journalistic style, fan base, and reputation in your own country. Regards, Debbie Kuhn, Jane O'Brien Media.
Basically, fuck you, you're gay, and we don't want any parts of you. And I was like, this is like bringing a gun to a pillow fight. Like, it didn't make any sense.
So fast for absolutely no reason.
It was literally 0 to 100 real quick. Whiplash. I was like, how did we get here? And David is like, this response is kind of mad because like this sport is a bunch of men sitting on each other.
It's very homoerotic.
It's giving homoerotic. So how are you so anti-gay?
It's giving ancient Greece where
homophobic.
All the guys in the gymnasium used to shag. That's what it's giving.
That's what it's giving. And it's like the Jane O'Brien media people, like they go on a rant using lots of like anti-gay like words and like rhetoric on just bare emails. Like it's like a barrage of emails.
Yeah, it's like you're gay and we're gonna tell you you're gay in every
you're gay
which
and we hate
way.
You because you're gay and you're gay, like, and you're beep gay. You're gay and gay and gay. And David was like, I'm intrigued. Yeah. And this is basically
like, I read this and I raise you my intrigue. I want to find out what you're all about.
You said email, I said documentary. Let's go. Yeah. So David and his friend Dylan, I refer to them henceforth as Double D, yeah. They start looking into the company and they find that it's registered in Germany and like has loads of domain names and it's weird. And so like David is like, you know what? I'm just gonna write a cheeky story about it anyway, without their interview. Some podcast sees it, some American podcast, they talk about it, it blows up, and so then Double D are like, oh, okay, cool. Let's make a documentary about this, which I hear it. Do you know what I mean? Because we're here. And so they get letters from Jane O'Brien Media's lawyer threatening them to stop the documentary. This is even before they've begun, yeah? Threatening them to stop, yeah? And then they send 3 of their employees over to New Zealand, so from America to New Zealand, to stop them.
Sorry, I don't know if anybody watches Bob's Burgers. Do you watch Bob's Burgers? You do, don't you?
Yeah, I've seen it a few times, yeah.
There's this episode where, like, I don't know what the kids want. They want something. So they start doing cease and desists to everyone. And there's like a song and it's like, cease and desist, because you know we're gonna get you, baby. Now, like every time someone is like trying to cease and desist, I
Do
just
not
think,
law.
guys, go and watch it. It's the episode with the sexy guy that does the... Oh, there's this Brazilian dance thing. What's it called? The Brazilian dance.
The what?
It's a Brazilian dance combat thing. I can't remember what it's called. Anyways,
I know what you're talking about,
yeah,
but I don't know what the name
it's
is.
not parkour. It's something else.
Parkour.
Yeah.
Capoeira.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking of Caprinia, but that's Brazilian and it's a drink.
Bob slips on this guy's oil, and then he's like, "I'm gonna sue you." And then the guy like is like, "Cease and desist." And then the kids are like, "Okay, we're gonna cease and desist everybody." Like they're ceasing and desisting
so stupid.
in the office, in the school,
I'm gonna find that
everything.
episode.
It's very funny. But
I feel like the best songs are written on like TV shows.
Oh,
I
fam,
can't lie.
American
and
Dad,
throwaway songs.
American Dad songs, like
Are they
honestly, nah. Like Steve will rip open his shirt and he'll be singing in like he sounds like Boys to Men. Honestly, American Dad has the best R&B like songs.
I love that. Even I used to watch Psych, yeah, and they had like a quartet group, yeah, that Gus was in. Yeah, what was it called? Like, anyway, my sister's gonna be like, "You stupid bitch," but anyway, yeah, and they used to like, they could sing.
Mate.
It was amazing.
Even Thingy has some good ones. Arrested Development, like there's this one I really went to look. I thought it was a song. It was like oh my, like they always play it when someone's trying to get sexy.
It's not an actual song.
No, I went to search and it's not a song.
But you know what else is a good song? You know The Office. You make everything alright.
Right, I looked for that song everywhere. It doesn't exist.
They wrote for the show.
They wrote for the show. I immediately looked everywhere. It doesn't exist.
I'm just like, how can you just throw away these chart-topping songs?
It's
like,
actually insanity. And then even I keep seeing this clip. I might actually start watching Succession so I have the context.
yeah, I'm gonna start watching it.
It's the guy rapping. Have you seen it? I keep seeing it on TikTok.
Every time I see something with Succession, I skip past it because I want to watch it and I don't want to be biased.
Now this guy's rapping and it's not really good, but it's funny. And I'm like, I need the context of why he's rapping. So
why he's rapping? How did we get here?
Yeah, how did we get here?
But yeah, so the lawsuit, yeah, they send these 3 people from America, the US of A, to New Zealand to stop them. How? I don't know. But David is like, I'm going to be at the airport. They didn't tell us when they're coming. They didn't tell us what time. They just told us the day. So he gets there at 5 a.m. and he's holding up a rainbow sign, which I'm sure is to troll, to greet them. And this is where I was like, it's giving Louis Theroux. Like, he literally is just so Louis Theroux.
He's so above it. Like, he's like, I don't even know what you're feeling, but I'm gonna be me, and that's that.
And also, he's able to remain so calm. So they just look mad being mad.
Yeah.
So one of the employees seems like a relatively normal person. The other 2 are weird, and they get even weirder when they clock that they're being recorded, which I get because obviously you don't know being recorded, but also they're weird. So like that's the priority. And then they have this meeting, which literally could have been an email. Yeah. I don't understand why they flew them over. Maybe it was like intimidation tactics, but it was so dumb.
It was
and they're basically threatening them to say like, you know, don't make this documentary. And it's so funny because as we are hearing the threats, yeah, we're hearing it on the documentary that they clearly made. So clearly these threats were ineffective.
Yeah. It was absolutely ridiculous.
You just wasted 3 probably business class tickets. So David is kind of second guessing things, but Dylan is like, nah, my dickhead, we're doing this fucking documentary, yeah? So shout out to Dylan, because I really feel like without Dylan, we wouldn't be here, okay?
Yeah, we wouldn't.
So they go to LA, and it's wild because they're being threatened over tickling. Like, when you deep it, yeah, I can understand why they went this far, because it's like, bro, you man are running a tickling corporation. What are you really going to do to me? Yeah. And also, this whole thing only started because of the reaction that he got. Like, they could have just been like, oh no, we don't do interviews, like, thanks for your
and
interest,
we wouldn't have this story.
And we wouldn't have this story.
But they took it so far as like, we need to know more, because what the fuck is going on?
Like, why are you so pressed?
Yeah.
Press. So we're in LA now and we meet TJ. TJ is one of the few people who used to do this who talks to us, because everyone else is terrified apparently, yeah. So he's telling us that he used to get $2,000 every shoot, and like his family needed money, so like he did it. And I was like, I mean, fair. And he was really young.
I'm
when
not
he
gonna
did
lie,
it.
I would do it now.
Yeah, 2K.
okay, not TK just,
No,
but I would do
but I
regular
think
like
doing it now makes sense because you're gonna be like, hey, yeah, cool, I put it on my Insta, and what? Who's gonna shame me?
Yeah.
A lot of this stemmed from like, oh, it was like,
I guess.
Do you get what I mean?
And it was very homoerotic, but
yeah, and also you wouldn't be able to do it because they wouldn't want you because you're a woman.
I really was just like, you know what? Like, I don't really get what all the problem is about. Like, it's not like, I mean, I get it because it's
the underlying homophobia.
Yeah, it is like it not homo. When I say homoerotic, what I mean is that like there is that sexual charged energy.
There is a sexually charged energy
about the videos.
And it's like, how can we deny? Because the whole thing is them trying to basically say like, oh, it's just tickling. We're just into tickling. Okay,
they said
what does it do for you?
And they said to David as well. They specifically said, we do not want like
gay, like homosexuals
involved in this sport. This is for heterosexual men, and it's like you have a guy straddling like literally on his cock, like literally they are straddling ass to cock. Okay. So when Toba in some instances, so when Tobias said we're asked to ask in the back here, like they are asked to cock to cock at some points, tickling each other, right? BFFR. This is
and tied up.
Then
you have restraint. I'm telling you, like, it's just a bunch of fetishes.
But anyways, if anybody wants to pay me to lay on a bed and be tickled, I'm all for it. Like, as for me in my house, I don't think
we will get tickled.
We will get tickled. You know, 3 vids.
No, because I get
6K,
it. I was like,
I'm gonna take it.
Listen, I was like to him, I get it. And being that age, 2K, your family's struggling. All you have to do is get tickled. Okay, why
I
not?
just feel like these men should have owned it and been like, yeah, I'm being tickled. Does your dad not tickle you when you were a kid?
And
like,
I've got 2K.
Yeah, and what? I don't.
Yeah, but it's always that in hindsight.
I know.
It's always that in hindsight,
and
man.
obviously context. Like we said the other day, 2016 was like almost 10 years ago. Things were very different then.
God.
But like you man should just own it. It's not like you were sucking dick. Even if you were sucking dick, I mean, I get it, but it's nothing wrong with that. But obviously you guys understand what I mean. It's not like, oh, whatever, like you're gay and it's a fact.
It's like a sex tape.
Yeah, exactly. It's not salacious. It is,
but then it kind of was a sex tape because it was just so fucking sexually charged.
Guys, it was sexually. These men are straddling each other. Do you know what it's to straddle another person and you're trying to say that
that's not normal, you know.
And you're high pitched tee.
When they do wrestling and shit, and that shit looks gay as shit sometimes, yeah. Even when they're wrestling, they don't straddle. You're trying to take someone down. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's a sport,
and they had no cock cups things that they haven't. It was just cock out. Okay, it wasn't cock out, but
it wasn't cock out.
It was free willy. It was free willy.
It was
straddling each other. Like, guys, let's be real.
It was. Let's just be honest.
Bouncing. If somebody had gotten a boner, like, I get it because this is very close quarters. Like,
very close quarters, and it's like if that's what you're into, do you know? Anyway,
and they were like Michael Jackson pictures. Like
they were. Now stop!
Don't touch me there.
I was like, guys. Do you know, it's embarrassing, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
Because even if that's what you like, it's embarrassing because it's weird. Yeah. And most people are going to be like, this is fucking weird. So that's why it was weird. So like, get your 2K and everything.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
To be honest, TJ is like, he had no idea what he was in for, yeah.
Yeah, but if someone tells you competing for what?
No, but they also tried to tell TJ. To be honest, now 2016 TJ is telling us that like, oh yeah, I thought it was dumb. But I don't know what he was saying back in the day. They were saying that like, oh, they're trying to do military tactics to see if tickling could be a form of torture. So they want to see like how much people can withstand the tickling. And he was kind of like,
no, like this just reminds me. I listened to this podcast. It's called Something Was Wrong, and the girl was talking about how basically her boyfriend lied to her that he was in the FBI. And like they were together for ages.
Was this the first season?
No.
This is a different season.
It's been 2 people that have had similar stories about
That's
2 different.
Crazy.
Like,
these things happen all the time.
But can we please?
Maybe they were happening concurrently, so they couldn't learn from each other's stories.
Be for real. So what do you think that the military are going to do? They're going to capture a terrorist and tickle the truth out of them.
Tickle him to
like, tickle
him to death.
Can we honestly?
And also, like, let's be honest, yeah. When someone's tickling you, like after a while, it's like, okay, like I'm actually bored and it's not tickling me anymore. Like piss off. Like tickling is the shock of the tickle and the short time period. It's not like you're tickling me for literally. We'll get into it later on. This guy, I looked at the video time that he was recording for. It was like 20 minutes of tickling. I was like, bro, like, are your fingers not cramped at this point?
I'm actually not ticklish though. Are you?
Yeah, I am.
I'm not, but like,
especially my feet. Even when I get like massages and they do my feet, I'm just like, bro, like,
I'm actually not that ticklish. There's only a certain spot, but other than that, I'm really not that ticklish. Like if you're doing my pits and stuff like that, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, so and you wanted them to give you 2K, they're not giving you shit.
They might find the spot.
So yeah, TJ basically gets tied down. And there's a man sitting on him, straddling him, as we've explained in depth, yeah. And he's being recorded, but he's kind of like, okay, do you know what? I'm here now. Like, hopefully these videos don't get out. And obviously the videos always get out, yeah. And we see the videos, which is how we know how this looks, okay? So one day, TJ sees this video of himself on YouTube, and he asks Jane O'Brien Media to take it down. They ignore him. So he goes to YouTube and he reports the video, and then YouTube takes it down. And this is when all hell breaks loose. And he gets one of these emails, like one of the emails that David got in the beginning.
Now I am laughing. I don't think you've grasped the magnitude of what you have provoked. I'm interested to see how you handle the fallout. So far, badly. Regards, Debbie J. Kuhn.
And it's this Debbie Kuhn person again, yeah? And after this interaction, there's bare videos of TJ being tickled all over the internet, yeah? And he's getting threats, yeah? And they dox him, yeah? And they send emails to where he works, and they're saying, oh, he's a sexual deviant, he's gay, would you want someone working at your school here? Like, and I'm just like, what? How did we get from sexual deviant to gay?
No, but
like, how did we...
The person is unhinged, and that's that unhingedness that we
yeah, exactly. That's where it
comes from, because it's crazy. I don't even know why. Like, when we get to the bottom of this, these videos should have just stayed in a private collection. Like, I don't even know why they were shared on the internet.
For what?
Yeah, it's mad.
And it's the idea of like power and shaming people, because if TJ had been like, yeah, okay, I got tickled and I've got 2K, now what? There's all of a sudden no power. What are you shaming me for? Do you know what I mean? You're not.
Shaming for, yeah.
But then doxing him is wild, because it's like, okay, we're talking safety here. You're telling people where I live, where my family live. You're getting me fired from jobs. Like that's kind of fucked. Again, unhinged.
Completely.
So this next bit is a bit anticlimactic. So Double D find out where this tickling shoot is gonna happen, yeah, and they stake it out and they confront them and they're like, oh, you know, you're here, and they just shut the door and then they leave. And I'm just like, I was looking for some love and hip hop style confrontation. Literally, I think it was long enough. We didn't really need it, but I was looking for some confront, because I was thinking, if I was a reporter or whatever, and I was trying to like be like, ooh, gotcha, like, you know, what's the Parks and Rec song? Gotcha, don't it hurt ya?
Oh, I don't remember that one.
What was it? Huh?
What happened?
It's that woman with the TV show with the newscaster on Parks and Recs.
I don't remember that one.
What's her name? Now it's going to piss me off. I need to find it. Yeah, so it's Joan Calamezzo, yeah, the news reporter. And she's like, Joan gotcha, don't it hurt ya?
Oh, I don't remember that one.
It was actually a tune. Another show with a great tune. So yeah, now we're in Orlando and we meet this guy called Richard Ivey. I wasn't really going to talk about him, but he's necessary because he gives us some information that we require. So Richard's lower third is tickling fetishist.
Let's go back to shaming kinks.
So he loves it, yeah, and he loves it so much that he used to do this at home, like basically tickle people and record it, yeah. And then he was like, you know what, there's too many people all up and through the house, I'm gonna get a studio. He quits his full-time job, and within a year he's making more than he was making, which is like, I mean, go ahead, girl, go ahead, get down, yeah, well done to you. But David, this is what David reminds me, David Farrier, this is where he reminds me of Louis as well, because what's his name, Richard is showing us, he's got like a client, I don't know what they're called, yeah, and he's recording this guy, tickling him and everything, and then David's just in the corner, like just observing it all, and it's so fucking weird. And that's exactly what Louis would do. Louis would be in the corner.
It's just like when he was in the Swingers, I'm gonna even go back and watch that today, when he was in the Swingers episode.
Should we cover that one?
We should. And people were literally just having sex next to him, and he was just there like with a cocktail in his hand,
and it's like he's not even like his face, there's no expression. It's not like he's shocked, or he's literally just observing, like literally he's in the wild and he's just watching these animals do what they're doing.
And the guy was like stroking the other guy's nipple.
Bro, and he was using that electric toothbrush.
But it makes sense.
It makes sense, but can't you just get a vibrator?
But it's not meant to, it's meant to be, oh, is it sexual or not? And also vibration isn't a tickling sensation. Whereas electric toothbrush, like the actual bristles, it's tickling.
Yeah, I suppose.
Vibration is more
Yeah,
like...
but surely they have some tickling gear. Like, why have you got to use an electric toothbrush?
Well, maybe we should shut our mouths about that and make it so we can make some money and quit our jobs.
So we two can quit our full-time jobs and get a studio.
Exactly. That man does not have two heads, child.
Yeah, but the head that he has, I don't want it.
God, yeah.
So anyway, the reason why this guy's relevant, is because this guy's been a tickle fetishist for a long time, and how long this guy met this person on AOL, that's how we know how long it was.
Dial up internet.
Fam, if you know, you know. So he said he met someone called Terry Tickles, but her name was Terry DeSisto, and she's all part of this like tickling forum, I presume. There's this other guy, David, a different David, who also had dealings with Terry Tickles back in the day. They kind of worked together. The plan was to keep the videos private, but Terry releases them online and basically threatens, antagonizes the people being tickled, just like Jane O'Brien Media and Debbie Kuhn. I mean, and at this point, I'm sure we can all see where this is going, but we're going to get there.
It's given Scooby-Doo removing the mask of the villain, and it's just literally the same person. Yeah.
Literally, and it's literally the same person. So we meet this journalist, Debbie Skoblionkov. Debbie Skoblionkov. I'm going to go with that one.
Debbie.
She writes this article about Terry Tickles, and basically what Terry Tickles does is that she had this guy who was doing the tickling thing, and this guy's like, okay, I'm gonna stop this now because I'm going to uni and like I don't want to do this anymore, right? And Terry Tickles is like, how very dare you stop me from doing what I want to do with you, right? And so Terry Tickles shuts down his university servers as him, and so Secret Service comes to his dorm like, bro, what are you doing? And it's crazy to me because instead of you to use these skills that you have and go and work for Anonymous, you are doing up nonsense.
Absolute bullshit.
Like, anyway, somehow I got confused at this bit, but somebody sends somebody this file basically saying, if you send this to Terry Tickles, she will leave you alone, and these files reveal who Terry Tickles actually is. Drum roll, please. David DeMaso. So another David. This one is the worst one, He is an assistant principal in a high school. My thing was that, like, obviously this was a guy. Like, I don't know why anyone was surprised that
yeah, I never really thought that it was a woman. I immediately was like,
who is this man behind this? Right? I don't know, I just don't think that, not that women are capable of doing
women are,
things.
I know what you mean, but I just immediately knew it was a man.
It just maybe it's like the power dynamic aspect of it, like I was just like, this is clearly a man. But it was David D'Amato. And also it's kind of mad, this whole Terry Tickles thing, because Terry DeSisto, like, he used a dead person's social security number for this persona, right? Which is wild. I think they said he used two people's social security numbers. He gets off with a light sentence, and
because his daddy,
nepotism. The nepo babies, you missed this one. So his dad's a well-known lawyer.
Was it you that was asking me?
What?
No, it was my sister. She was asking me which nepo babies I don't mind.
I don't mind the Smiths.
I often even forget they're nepo babies. I don't mind the Smiths. I don't even mind like Sophia Richie and Nicole Richie, or even
I don't really think of them.
Paris Hilton. I don't mind her. I think the nepo baby,
they're more like socialites though. I don't really think that like Paris Hilton, and I don't think she's really a nepo baby.
And they just own it, and I feel like
it's who they are.
And but so what? I
feel like that's the socialite aspect of things. It's like I'm rich and famous, and so this is my job.
But I think the ones I don't like are the ones that like to pretend they work hard and they got it on their own and all of this and that.
It's not saying you don't work hard, but it's just that like your working hard has taken you further because your dad is or your mum is.
I would go as far as saying they don't really work hard, but that's
they work hard for them.
They work hard in a different way, but they're working hard. I feel like it's okay to say these lot do not really work that hard. Yeah, you work, you put in work, but Like,
Yeah.
even the things that enable you to follow your passions, everybody else follows their passions whilst doing a job, whilst running a household, whilst looking after kids. You can outsource a ton of shit just to follow your passions.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, either way, yeah. Those are
No,
the
I
Nepo
agree.
babies I like. I
It's
don't
different.
I don't like the ones that like to pretend that, and also the
Yeah,
ones that like
because
to
just own
pretend they
it.
do things like Brooklyn Beckham saying he's a chef. Bro, just say that you make some cooking videos, but your daddy sends you pocket
I
money.
say I'm a content creator.
That's absolutely fine. Like, no shame in it. Like,
Yeah, I don't get it. But I guess it's like you're living under whoever's shadow. You want to be your own person. Okay, yeah, cool. But like, you're always going to be that person's child. So if my mum was famous, okay, me too, I would be her daughter. I remember even because my mum was a teacher and I was in her school.
yeah.
And it was always like, oh, like they would literally call me her daughter. Like it wasn't my name. It was like, oh, you're Miss whatever's daughter.
Yeah,
Do you get what I mean?
yeah.
And that was my identity. Okay, cool. It's who I am. Like,
It's just like Tracy Ellis Ross. Like, she's a Nepo baby, but she's like,
I forget that her mum is Diana.
you forget, and part of the reason you forget is because she's not stupid enough to come out and be like, oh, I did this all on my own. Like,
And also, she's actually done stuff.
yeah, she's actually done stuff. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah. But D'Amato's a Nepo baby, yeah. And so because his dad's a well-known lawyer, he serves a sentence in a halfway house at first. And also, they let him study law.
and it's like somebody that cannot even keep to a basic law, you're now allowing study law. Like,
To
make
study.
it make sense.
And also, at this point, he's 39. And I was like, bro, like, can we fix our life? Like, why are you at this age being an internet troll?
Iyanla, fix it.
Fix it, Jesus,
She's
yeah?
the only one.
And also, they don't even mention the tickling in this case. They don't mention the tickling.
It's such a grey area though, because even though they're underage kids, it's weird.
It's not strictly sexual.
Yeah, it's not sexually explicit.
That's why they describe it as a sport.
Yeah, but it
But
is.
that's why I think he's doing the whole law thing, because he's basically trying to find loopholes.
Yeah, and I also think he sells these videos to, like,
Yeah. Bad
in the
people.
dark web. I actually think he does, because there are all sorts of people in the dark web. There's some people that are into this kind of shit, and
Yeah. So
that for
I
them
think
is
he needs to
erotic.
yeah.
I mean, the underaged ones he might sell,
maybe.
yeah, because there are a lot of underaged ones.
Yeah, maybe. Eventually, though, he does go to prison, so he can't study law. And even when he was in prison, he was still like orchestrating this whole tickling
He was
thing.
lying that he was sick.
Yeah, pretending he had mono and he was sick. But anyway, so clearly,
There's another Bob's Burgers reference in there. You guys just go and watch Bob's Burgers. Like,
yes, we will. We all
There's
will. We promise.
there's a reference for everything. It's kind of like The Office.
Yeah. Oh, this writer's strike, man. I really hope they get what they're asking for, because people seriously underestimate how important writers are. Like, I
Yeah.
can't lie. Like, where would any of your shows be
Without a good writer.
without a good writer? Like, where would
Yeah.
they be? And I feel like with the arts in general, especially when COVID happened, it's like people think, oh yeah, essential jobs, blah blah blah, cut funding for the arts, cut this, cut that. When life is shit, yeah,
It's the arts
when
you need.
are exactly when literally social media, popular culture is literally us quoting lines that people have written,
Yeah.
or songs that people have thought of. Like, I think it's just so disrespectful.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the doctors and the lawyers, I'm sorry, it's enough.
There's
actually
more to
enough.
life.
There's more to life. There's more to life. Like, there's more to life. So clearly, Jane O'Brien Media is David D'Amato. Surprise. Literally Scooby-Doo. And he's threatening everyone.
Yeah,
with
any and
lawsuits,
everyone.
basically.
I'm surprised I
And,
haven't gotten one. We
And
will.
also...
We probably will.
Also, for Double D, he's threatening them both as Jane O'Brien Media, yeah, and as himself. But also, he's pretending to not be Jane O'Brien Media. So it's just like, bro, what? Like, is everyone okay? Is everything all right? Do you know what I mean? So we meet this tickle recruiter, believe it or not. So what is your job title? It would be Competitive Endurance Tickling Recruiter. If tickling isn't your job title, I'm sorry.
Get the fuck out of my
we-
face. I'm not
Like,
taking
are
you
we?
serious. I can't even take you to a dinner party of colleagues, because how do you explain what you do?
Just say recruiter.
Okay, fair enough.
No one's going to ask any questions after that.
Fair enough.
So he tells us that he used to get guys to audition, and like they'd literally like rent out a hotel room and then have like 5-6 guys like porn.
God.
Have like 5-6 guys like come.
He'd fill their bellies, get them all
Yeah.
smoked up, and
And then
they'd
tickle-
they'd
the
get on the
tickling
bed
begins.
and straddle
Fam.
each other.
Let's try-
This could be any which two things, and it could be porn, it could be tickling. Do you see where we're going here?
Fam. And maybe the line isn't really a line. Maybe it's more like a smudge.
It's a smudge.
So
it looks like, you know when you draw a line in primary school and then you erase it, but the line is still faint.
It's
there.
still there. Yeah,
that's what this is.
Yeah. 100%. Like, you know, when you used to have them pens and they were like, they come with erasers and it's like, oh yeah, can you rub my pen? But that never really worked. Yeah, exactly. Good, we solved it. So these videos, audition videos, would leak, and it's the same story over and over again, and it also tells us that they have what he calls tickle cells all over the country and also the world. And I was like, these tickle cells, like, I
imagine if you're about to get married and you find out that, actually, you know what, if I found out that my man participated in this, it wouldn't be a deal breaker because you're young, it's a lot of money, like, it's cool. But what would be a deal breaker is if you're a recruiter.
If you're a recruiter, 100% deal breaker. If you're literally like trolling people on the internet, or a watcher, if you, exactly. I feel like people make mistakes when they're young because everyone was short-sighted, and also back then, no one anticipated what the internet was really going to be. I mean, to be honest, 2016 wasn't crazy, like, it wasn't that long ago, as you stated many times.
But don't forget, this is 2016, this came out, so all this stuff happened before.
Yeah, that's true.
So it makes more sense. But I would rather my man just had like a Pornhub subscription than, because it's wild to subscribe to porn because it's literally
to pay. You'd rather he pay. You'd rather he use your marital funds to pay for Pornhub.
Can I finish? Would you not rather you saw Pornhub on his direct debit than Tickle Me or my friend's, what was the other guy's website? Tickle My Friend's Feet or something like that. Would you
wait, is that what it's called? Let's go on and see if it's still running. I don't
remember, but it was something about tickling friend.
In fact, let me not even mess up my algorithm. Let me just leave that alone.
Would you not rather that? I would rather Pornhub.
Yeah, but the thing is, he could be on Pornhub and also looking at tickle videos on Pornhub.
Okay, I'd rather Pornhub and just watching normal, porn. Not tickle.
Then competitive endurance.
Yes. I would rather go on his browser and just see normal like sex than.
Yeah, I think I would rather that.
This is what I'm saying. Some kinks need to be shamed because we need to get to the bottom of why this shit gets you going. But
no, I don't know. I think the tickling kink is weird, but like I don't think it's harmful. I think what is harmful about this whole thing is the doxing people and the underageness and the claiming it's not sex but it's sex.
It all links back to this weird fetish because I don't see people with foot fetishes doing this shit because
no, they're doing their own. They just don't have a documentary about it.
Well, when that documentary comes out,
I feel like with any fetish, there's a spectrum. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like maybe you're at the beginning of a fetish spectrum and you're like, okay, I kind of like a tickle. I don't know, it awakens my soul or whatever, And then you just, you tickle, you get, ooh, and then that's it, Or you're on this other end of the tickle spectrum where you're this and we're here and there's a documentary.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to bring back shame.
Now we have the question of the money, okay? Like, honestly, why is there this endless supply of money? Because this D'Amato guy is flying people out across the world all the time, paying for hotel rooms, paying recruiters. Even the recruiter was saying how like one of his friends got offered a flat in 30k, car or something, a car in 30k, something like that. And it's like, how can he afford this? And obviously, it's a trust fund.
I don't know why they kept this in because it was unnecessary. Or no, it's a trust fund.
It's a trust fund. He has millions, and I just think to myself, God, like, what is it that I did wrong in this life or the past one? That I wasn't born into a family like this. Because this guy, literally, in his account is like 6 million, and his parents been dead.
Yeah,
that means that imagine what he had before.
Because he's spending
and then all his expenses get paid for.
Yeah.
From the trust. So it's not even like, it's like he has the fund and then he also has like his expenses all expenses is paid for. And I just think to myself, God, what God?
Where did I go wrong?
Where did I go wrong? It's like people talking about the coronation and they're just like, fam, this guy just happened to be the egg or the sperm or whatever it is that made this person, because there's absolutely nothing remarkable about you otherwise.
Yeah, that's literally
like nothing.
Yeah, it's literally, if you remove all of this pomp and pageantry, they're just normal people.
Nothing. Literally, he would be in East London on a market stall. That's the vibe. Anyway, so Double D stalk D'Amato, and I want to say they actually stalk him. And they showed us this, and I know they were trying to do up like documentary or blah, but like it's actually kind of mad because they are literally parked outside of what they think is his house for days. Yeah. And they finally see his car and they follow him. Like, this is harassment. I can't lie. And also, you're not even from these ends. Like, you're from New Zealand, you're in America, and you are committing an offence.
You could get shot quickly.
Like, low key. I'm sure if D'Amato was from Texas, he would have shot them.
Yeah.
And he would have got away with it. So, D'Amato is a shit guy, obviously. It's like, I kind of hear it, but also, like, it's wild. But also, I was like, this is investigative journalism.
Yeah,
right?
this is it.
But then also, I was like, this is joblessness, because why don't you have somewhere else to be?
But do you know, have you not seen that meme of the black guy like doing that to somebody that's trying to ask him a question and he's walking? He has yeah. So, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like,
it is what it is. I mean, they do all this to confront him, but it's just a bit underwhelming.
Yeah, we don't get anything at all from it. It's giving nothing.
It's because of the Louis vibes, yeah, because they're confronting him, yes, but they're not really being confrontational.
If Stace, my girl Stace, had been in it, she would have gotten something. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah,
he basically just goes straight to the whole, oh, I'm gonna sue you, blah 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 blah. Okay, we've heard,
literally, we fucking heard.
So the doc is ending now, and David is basically like, oh, how do we even know that D'Amato is really Jane O'Brien, Terry Tickles? It's like, babes, we just know.
We just know, stop it.
But to further prove his point, he says, you know, basically D'Amato accidentally made his private files public. Which I'm like, if you manage to get into this university system, how are you unable to keep your private files private? But anyway, they're just bare connections between credit cards and Jane O'Brien's name, signatures, matching addresses. Like, you're dumb, you got caught, whatever. And I just think to myself at the end of all this, as the screen goes black and I look at myself, my reflection, I think all of this over some tickling.
But then like, they went to the lawyer. And the lawyer was like, I only sent one of these cease and desists. The rest are fake. So
which makes sense.
All of the stuff that had been sent and scaring people wasn't even real. So ridiculous. In the end, I just say to myself, this is weird. And for what? Was it all for? What was it all for?
And that's what I don't understand. If he was like wanking over these videos,
he probably is though. What do you mean?
No, but I'm saying, but then why are you okay? If he kept them private for his own private stash,
but that's what I said initially.
It's weird, but cool. But you know what I mean?
I think it's the power of having that control over people's lives.
And they said that he used to get bullied and stuff, so maybe he's just like the bullied becomes the bully or whatever.
And the stepmom was like, bro, I don't know what his deal is. I don't know if he's gay, asexual, but for one thing, it's for sure he's a weirdo.
Yeah, literally one thing for certain, two things for true. That guy is a weird ass nigga.
Literally, he is weird AF. Like,
he's fucking strange. Fucking strange. But the documentary ends with on-screen text that basically says, despite impersonating lawyers, creating fake identities and harassing young men, David D'Amato has only ever been found guilty on 2 misdemeanor charges of computer fraud and abuse, which is why he went to jail that last time.
Yeah.
At the time of the completion of this film, David D'Amato had an office at a Long Island law firm. Documents obtained indicated he was employed by the firm as a senior legal consultant. It's probably his own firm, and he gave himself the position because.
Okay, I hope so. I really.
What are you talking about?
I really hope so.
Because he did eventually end up getting the law degree. I didn't mention in 2011 or something. After David D'Amato was captured on camera, all legal correspondence with the documentary makers ceased. Debbie and Jane also fell silent. Jane O'Brien Media still runs competitive endurance tickling shoots in Los Angeles and around the world.
Did you check?
No, I didn't check. Should check?
Let's do a quick googs.
Cheeky goog. Jane O'Brien Media.
I bet it's gone now. It's been years.
They've got a Facebook. Jane O'Brien Media Production, freelance.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely hiring you.
They got a LinkedIn? No.
BF.
Television series produced. Oh, this is actually just some lady called Jane O'Brien. Oh, sorry, babe.
Oh, it's actually just a Jane O'Brien person.
Yeah, it's just some white woman called Jane O'Brien.
Poor woman. Oh.
Jane O'Brien Media. Let me type competitive endurance tickling. Competitive endurance tickling. Look, it comes up. Tickled. Now the documentary comes up.
That
means man.
It's probably gone at this rate.
Yeah. It's probably rebranded.
Something else.
Nah, they're proper straddling each other. Anyway,
guys, you need
so
to
yeah,
just go
that's-
and Google, like, go on YouTube one of these videos. I mean, we'll try.
You'll see it.
I don't know
Well,
if
even
we,
on the even the trailer. If you watch the trailer, you'll see it on there.
yeah, I don't know if we post it, if it'll get flagged as porn. I don't know if we posted something. Or I don't even want to post, because then Jane O'Brien's going to come after us for stealing their content.
No, because the lawyers were fake. So what are they really gonna do?
I don't want to fuck around and find out.
I don't want to fuck around. I don't want to find out. But yeah, man, that's a dark. It took a dark turn.
Yeah.
But now it's time for
The real crime, I think, was the beard.
our segment where we focus on something during the documentary that may not be criminal, but we definitely consider to be a crime. I feel like we're gonna have the same one.
What? You go first.
Well, maybe not. No, go on. You go.
I was going to say Danny D'Amato, like his face, like the mugshot. That was mine,
yeah.
because he looks how you would expect him to look.
Exactly. He looks exactly how you think he looks.
Exactly how you would
Like,
think
consider
somebody
the facts of the case. Yeah,
That's how he
he
looks.
looks.
Yeah, everything about it. So
Yeah.
it makes sense why he had to pay to get his kink.
Yeah.
Let's just put it
Maybe,
that
do you know what it is? Maybe because God gave him the money in the trust fund because he gave him nothing else. Do you get
way.
what I
A
mean?
face only a mother could love.
Fam. And boy, did she love him.
Yeah.
Mine was basically, there was this bit where there was this woman singing the national anthem.
Oh my God.
It was.
I had to check. I said, is this because I checked? Do you know what? I checked the year of
I
this.
thought it was
doc- and I-
Fergie.
Yeah. I thought it was Fergie. I was like, why is Fergie?
But it was the Super Bowl. It was just some random.
Yeah. I was like,
event.
why is Fergie's national anthem in this documentary?
Playing. Literally. Honestly.
With the same
Do you know what it
person.
is?
I literally
Do you know
checked
what
the
it is?
year because I was like, is that Fergie?
I literally, because I was getting through the documentary and I hadn't really seen anything that was a crime, because usually with this crime section something just stands out to me,
yeah.
and it's just like indisputable. I'm like, hey, this is it. And literally I was getting through the documentary, this was near the end, getting through, and then I was like, aha, we're here.
I literally was like,
It was
honestly,
so
I
bad.
was watching the doc. I couldn't see the person singing. I was like, why is Fergie singing?
Yeah, I
national
literally was like,
anthem?
it's Fergie. What
Yeah.
is going on?
No,
Yeah,
that was
man.
a funny day. That really that was a pop culture moment. Her national anthem, and then when she did the like handstand thing, the cartwheel with the one.
Do you know what? We should have known that she was never really that girl.
No, but we should have known she was on drugs. That's what we should have known. How nobody knew this woman was on drugs for years is what is beyond
Do you
me.
know who else is
Looking
on
back,
drugs?
who?
Your former fave.
Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maurice himself.
please, we've been known. That guy's
That
jaw
one
is
is-
always rocking. Like,
yeah, but I'm like, but then, doesn't someone around you say, babe, like, come on?
but he looks like he's on drugs as well.
Oh, so sad.
Post Malone as well.
I say, yeah. What happened to him?
I don't know, man. I
think
miss.
sometimes when you're famous for too long, like, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I miss the old Chris. Somehow Usher's managed to just stay. I mean, he had the herpes scandal though.
Yeah, but I mean, herpes cocaine.
No, I know, obviously, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough though.
Well,
Because-
okay, no, it's not cocaine. Would you rather have herpes or cocaine addiction?
Oh, herpes.
There you
Ooh,
go.
but herpes is visible sometimes on your lip,
Yeah, and that's forever.
and that is forever. I can go
But
to
in addiction, you
rehab.
can actually get better. Yeah.
I would rather the cocaine addiction. Have you seen this like addiction that's like I was watching videos of it the whole weekend. It's like fentanyl and something else, and then it makes you like a zombie. I find drugs so frightening.
Yeah, it's scary.
And I feel like I'm the kind of person, like, if I tried a drug, like a hard drug, I would just, my life
One
would
time,
be ruined.
that's it.
From that second, my life would be ruined. I can just imagine that's the kind of person I am.
Yeah, and you know what? It's so funny because people really love to look down on people with like substance abuse issues and stuff and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, it could actually be anybody.
It could be
like,
anyone.
You're looking at the person in the current state that they are, but they may not have always been that way.
Yeah,
I remember hearing a story about some woman who was literally like had a career, had a job, everything. I think sometimes what happens, and maybe it was that in her case, I don't remember, had an accident or something,
Yeah, and
went
then
on pain
was opioid,
medication,
yeah.
and then it's just it, and then it's just downhill from there.
Yeah. Even if you read that, let me not spoil it. I won't spoil it. But there's a book, Yagasi. What's
Well,
it called?
Homegoing, Transcending Kingdom.
Yeah.
I'm reading that now. Are you a witch?
Ah!
I've had it for ages, and I finally, when I went on holiday, I took it with me, and I've started reading it.
Oh my god, I was bawling. Like,
I know, I don't want to be
crying.
sad though, but I'm
How
getting
far
there.
into it are you?
I'm not that far. I'm maybe
Oh.
like the first 3 chapters. Or
I was
something.
gonna
Maybe
say
4.
like it doesn't take long for the sadness to start. So
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's,
but
not,
you guys
it's not too sad. It's a bit, it's like pre-sad, but it's not too sad.
Yeah, I should read that. It's crazy. But yeah, I would definitely rather the cocaine.
Did you read Homegoing?
Yeah, of course.
I loved that book.
I'm running out of black
Do you know what?
African books.
My friend just
to
sent me
read.
sent me a recommendation the other day. I'll forward it to you if you haven't read it
Send
already.
to me. Yeah, I've got one book I'm saving for Amalfi Coast, The Journey.
Do you really think you're gonna be reading? Oh, on the plane. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna be reading.
But yeah, no, yeah, definitely the cocaine addiction and herpes. Herpes comes back, baby. You know.
I don't know. I feel like an addiction is like
You can go to rehab. You know, you have good.
yeah, but it's
people.
not just go to rehab and we'll be alright in a couple of days. And also think about the damage that you might have done and your family and relationships you may never get back, jobs you lost and stuff like that. Damage is forever. Herpes is like okay, cool, like got a bit
Everyone's
of
gonna
herpes.
see that cold sore on your lip,
Not always.
and they're gonna think you dirty cow.
Yeah, but then we have to educate people and let them know you're not a dirty cow. It's a fucking virus.
I don't know, man. I'd rather just be as I am now. Herpes free,
Yeah.
cocaine
We're
addiction
actually
free.
acting like we have to make this decision.
Yeah,
No,
we really
do not.
don't. Yeah.
Like, what we need to do though is tell them about what we're doing next, which is a very British cult.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I can just tell it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be so dumb.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the trailer, but like the first 30 seconds of this trailer is on screen text. So I'm gonna just read it out loud for you guys because I'm committed, yeah. And I'll put it over the music, and then the trailer will continue. So
Okay.
yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, man. Until then, in the meantime, between time, you can find us everywhere.
Find us everywhere. Yeah. TikTok.
Two Girls One Doc.
Yeah. Facebook.
TikTok, Two Girls One Doc podcast. If you give us a rating or like or whatever, do you know what, guys? Honestly, like, just if you fuck with us, thank you very much. We appreciate, basically.
Yeah.
We
I
really
have
do.
to say, yeah, we do.
Even if you didn't say it out loud, we feel it because
we
you're here.
feel the love.
You sounded like Fergie from.
Girl, fuck you. I sound better than Fergie. If there's one
I mean,
thing.
to be honest.
Okay.
When she
let's
started
be
singing,
real.
I was like, nah. Is she serious?
No, she's not.
The land of the free.
Free. Nah, they
I
were
said, who is free?
not your vocal cords.
Matting. Anyway, anything else you'd like to say?
No, just yeah, like all of that good stuff, and we fuck with you back if you fuck with us.
Anyway, bye.
Bye.
Dozens of people with experience of Lighthouse have spoken to us for this documentary. Many of them were too scared to be filmed, terrified of extreme harassment as a result. But some people took that risk, and this investigation would not be possible without their bravery.
So why did you get in touch?
Someone said the line, if you really want to get to the bottom of something, contact a journalist, not the police. We've had private investigator reports. There's been so much work done on this organisation, and you can only ever go so far.
So what did she say?
So she says that her boyfriend is in a cult, but it's not like any cult I've ever heard of.
I had these ambitions to do something. I've always wanted to build business or be inspiring or do something good in life.
What is Lighthouse?
Lighthouse, it's life coaching. It's a pioneering mentoring organization.
He had this mentor.
We exist to help people to develop themselves.
I thoroughly enjoyed the conversations you and I had.
No, wonderful, man.
I'm thinking, I can achieve something here. It's brilliant.
Phone calls all day, every day.
You may love her, but she doesn't love you.
And then that's when I started worrying.
I started to feel as though I couldn't think anything unless my mentor said it's a healthy thing to think.
He started becoming separated from people.
They're still recruiting now.
I did feel this feeling the whole time, like he was watching me.
Everyone has handed over so much money.
The total I invested was £131,000.
I knew he was going to sell his house.
There are people who actually murder women like that. You know that.
There's such a strong stereotype. The only cults are in California where people wear long orange robes. There is a cult in your neighborhood.
It's as if my daughters died. They are brainwashing people.
I didn't want him to end up in not being him.
He told me, remember, we have all your secrets.
You're going to take that out. You're going to keep it in. Keep this out. Come close. Love that they had to wake up and smell the coffee, Jeffrey. She's not who you think she is.